This is something I normally don't do. I normally keep my opinions to myself, but I have to speak on this. You know, a 7-year-old girl, Jocelyn Adams, was killed. She was shot 6 times sitting in the backseat of her dad's car getting McDonald's. And what's really bothering me is that there's no outrage, there's no protest, there's no marching, there's no shouting, no justice, no peace, there's no Black Lives Matter. And it's just bothering me because if she'd been killed by the police, you'd been hearing from Tamika Mallory, Black Lives Matter, Sean King, and all the rest of the Super Capes. They came running. You know, this little girl was not out there gang banging. She was not out there doing anything wrong. She was being a kid. And it's just crazy how in our culture and that the only time you can see the Super Capes or actors, whatever you want to call them, is when it's something that's going to get them some sort of media or a platform. And so since this is not really getting the media that they want, they're not coming. You know, we say we're tired. Whenever there's a police shooting, you hear how we're tired. We're this, we're that, burning down stuff and all this, foolishness. But yet, how are we tired? You know, if Black Lives Matter, it should matter for everything. This is a black 7-year-old baby. Her life should matter, right? She wasn't doing nothing wrong. You know, I just don't understand how is it we're tired when it's the police. And I'm not saying that they should, because they shouldn't. They should be held accountable. But I feel like these monsters who are out here shooting these kids and doing this type of stuff, they should be held responsible too. There shouldn't be no crickets and, oh, well, whatever it is when it's them. And then once the police, we burning down stuff. We want respect. We want equal. We want this and we want that. But nobody's going to give it to us until we give it to us. Nobody's going to ever take us seriously until we take us seriously. This is a prime example of why nobody takes us seriously. This little girl lost her life getting McDonald's. And there's literally no outrage in Chicago. Chicago should have been on fire. And I feel like a lot of these Super Capes should be ashamed of themselves. Where's Tamika Mallory at? Where's Sean King and all these Black Lives Matter and this, that, and the other? Where's all these motherfuckers at? I mean, excuse my French, but it's pissing me off. And my heart is hurting. And, I understand we have a lot to do, but it starts and it ends with us. Until we can do better and start appreciating each other, loving each other, respecting each other, building each other up and having each other's back through everything, nobody else is going to do it. We're always going to be the bottom barrels or the bottom feeders, whatever you want to call it, and nobody's going to ever take us seriously until we take us seriously. Chicago should literally be on fire right now because of that little girl. It should be, because this is just totally unacceptable. And for the Super Capes to not even, to be like, don't even care, for the Super Capes not to be nowhere around, it's just very disgusting. And this is all I wanted to say, because I just think it's this is just too much. I just wanted to say this and get this off my chest, because this is really, bothering me, and this is hurting me. Thank you all for listening.